Hey guys, I just decided I would make my, um, what's it called? Labor and delivery story video right now because, we just got home and my son is just playing around on the floor and yeah, I believe I'm by myself. Um, Anyways, I just wanted to make it now just so I can get it uploaded because I thought I had uploaded it before, but I guess it didn't upload. So I'm just going to tell you guys from when I was trying to get it started, which was the day before my due date, which was April 27th. My due date was April 28th. I actually had a few different due dates, so I wasn't really sure which one was my actual one. So actually went off of April 25th because that was the the second due date they gave me. The third one they gave me was April 28th. But anyways, my labor started on April 27th around like 9 o'clock at night. Earlier that day, my boyfriend and I and his aunt went to the mall to walk around because everybody was suggesting that we go to the mall and walk, to try to get labor going. And that's what did it, I'm sure, because when we went to the mall, we were walking around for about an hour and my back started hurting. I knew this was going to happen. But anyways, we were walking for about an hour and my back was killing me. So I was just like, I think it's time to go home and, wait it out and see what happens. You want to say hi? So we went home. Are you saying hi? Say hi. We went home to see what was gonna happen. So I think we picked up some food, I believe, and headed home. I texted my mom. I was like, I don't know if I'm having contractions, but I'm having really bad lower back pain and abdominal pain, or however you say it. And so I was just gonna wait it out. I was probably gonna end up going to the hospital, and she's like, all right, let me know if you end up going in. And so a few hours later, me and my boyfriend were sitting on the bed, and I go, I don't think I can stand up because I think we were getting ready to do something. And I was like, I don't think I can stand up. My back is really hurting me. I started crying, and he's like, are you sure? Does it feel like you're having contractions? And I was like, I don't even know. Because I've never had contractions. And they told me, you'll know. Even though it's your first child, you'll know if you're having contractions. And I was like, I don't know. And so he's like, just call the advice nurse and see what they think you should do. See if they think you should come in. I was like, all right, I'll call. So I called her. And this was around 10 o'clock. And she goes, are you having contractions? And I was like, I don't even know if I'm having contractions because I've never had a child before. I don't know what they feel like. I was like, my stomach is tightening up and it'll stay hard for a little bit and then it'll go away and then it'll come back and then it'll go away. She's like, well, that's contractions. But she didn't know if I was having Braxton Hicks contractions. But I told her what my due date was. I told her my due date's tomorrow. I don't know, what's going on. She's like, try to make it through another hour. And if it's not going away, just call us back and you can head over. So I tried to make it another hour. And I told my boyfriend, I was like, they told me to try to make it another hour. And if I can't handle it, if I start not being able to walk through them, then I need to go in. And so I was walking up and down the hallway, and my boyfriend said he was gonna he was gonna take a nap just in case we had to go in, so that he'd be able to stay awake with me. And I was like, all right, that's fine. It was no bother. I mean, I could deal with everything until he woke up. And so he fell asleep and I was just walking a little bit, and then I think I maybe did some dishes, or I did something. And then I kept going to the bathroom because it felt like I had to pee, but I didn't. I didn't go to the bathroom. Oh, sorry. Just wondering what he's doing up there. But, and then I almost made it the full hour. I think I made it maybe 45 minutes into the hour. And so this would have made it 10:45. And I called her back. I was bawling. I was like, I can't even walk through them anymore. It's getting very painful. And at this time, or at this moment, I was standing in the living room, in the middle of the living room. And she's like, try to walk a little more. And then I was like, I'm trying, but I can't, da 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 da, whatever else I said. And then, I was like, I think I should just come in and get checked, you know, because I feel like I don't want to have a baby at home, you know. And so she's like, all right, I'll see you soon. And then I walked into the room and I started crying. And it woke my boyfriend up. And I was like, she's telling us that we need to come in so I can get checked and monitored and stuff. And so we headed to the hospital. When we had gotten home from the mall, we had set our bags by his crib so that we would be ready. So we just grabbed our bags, headed to the car, and then headed to the hospital. And we got there around like 11:30, I would say. And sorry, I don't know why I'm out of breath or why it's hard to breathe, but it is. What's it called? We got to the hospital, and then they checked me in, or not checked me in, but they registered me or whatever, signed me in or whatever, and then the nurse took me back to the room by myself, I think, at first. Yeah, and then, no, oh, my bad, I'm sorry, they took us both back to a room. I think that it was a delivery room, I'm not sure. But they checked me, or they told me to change, so I changed into one of the hospital gowns. And then a nurse came in and he checked me and he said, well, you're definitely in active labor, you're 4 centimeters. And I was like, oh wow, I wasn't expecting to be like that far, you know, into it. Like, that's kind of far for me. Like, I wasn't expecting to be that far. Like, I was expecting to be still like 2 or maybe 3 centimeters, because I was 2 centimeters for like a week or two. And so I was like, all right. He's like, well, you're definitely staying. You're not going anywhere without a baby. So I was like, oh my God. Started freaking out because it was actually happening. And so I told my boyfriend, call your mom, you know, have her come down, because it was going to be my mom and his mom in the delivery room whenever I had him. He only wanted it to be our moms together. So, but everybody, like a few other people came down too. I mean, I didn't tell them to or anything, but they just did. Our main concern was to have my mom and his mom down there. And my aunt, my cousin, my brother, my other aunt came down, and they all hung out with me. Anyways, I got into the delivery room that I was going to have him in. I got hooked up to my IV, and then everybody showed up. His mom, my boyfriend's mom, showed up a little bit later than everybody else, but she was there that night. And what's it called? After I got hooked up to my IV, they told me that I can walk around for a little bit before I got hooked up to my had my epidural, because I wouldn't be able to walk. And so I was like, all right, I'll try to walk, you know, a little bit, because I wasn't feeling any pain, like, whatsoever at that time. Like, as bad of pain that I was having right before I had my epidural. And so he has his spoon. So we walked around once, and that one time, like, I had to stop about like 5 different times because I was having contractions, like really strong contractions. So we got into the room, and the nurse had come in. She goes, just let me know when you want the epidural, because you can have it at any time, because I was far enough to have gotten the epidural. And so she walks out, and then all of a sudden they just hit me like that, like really strong, bad, painful contractions. And so I was like, you need to go get that nurse and tell her I want the epidural right now. And so he went and told the nurse I wanted the epidural. So I got the epidural within like 10 minutes. Did not hurt. I was really scared to get it because it looks like it hurts, because I've watched videos. When I got pregnant, I started watching lots of videos to, educate myself, because I've never been through labor. I mean, I know a lot about babies, but I didn't know a lot about labor. I knew some things, but not a lot. Anyways, I got the epidural, and after that, I couldn't move my legs. I couldn't feel them, so everybody had to move my legs for me whenever I had to switch to different sides, And then basically after that, everybody pretty much left, because Isaac told me he only wanted his mom and my mom, so I told my mom. My aunt really wanted to take pictures and videos for me, but that will happen with the next child. Anyways, after that, pretty much they told me just rest, get as much rest as you can, because you're going to need energy to push. And I was like, all right. So they checked me every few hours, or every couple hours. They checked me again at like 3 o'clock in the morning, and I don't think I progressed. And then at like 5 in the morning they came in, and I think I was 5 or 6 centimeters. And then they came in again at like 8 o'clock, and they checked me again, and I was 8 centimeters. So, and I was feeling the contractions, but they didn't hurt because I had the epidural. I could feel them, but they were not painful at all. And right after he had checked me, like literally right after he checked me that time, he checked me again. He's like, oh my god, you're 10 centimeters, it's ready, it's time to push. And I was like, oh my god, I started freaking out, and I started crying, and I pushed for 15 minutes, and he was out by 8:15. So he was born at 8:15. He was 7 pounds, 5 ounces, 19.5 inches long. And my whole birthing experience was amazing. I thought it was going to be a lot harder than it was. I thought it was going to be totally different than what it was. It was very interesting and amazing experience, because I was super scared, but my mom and my boyfriend's mom, hold on, told me that I took it like a champ. I did really good. They weren't expecting me to do that good, especially my mom. Said I did really good. You want to say hi, baby? We're gonna have to make a video together, because everybody's gonna love you. Hi! Say hello! Hello, baby! Say hello! He does this thing when we say hello, we put our hands up to our ears, he'll go like this, hello! Anyways, I'm gonna have to make a video with him in it. This video is, already long, so I'm gonna try to upload it right now so that I can get it up. And, you guys should leave me suggestions on what kind of videos I should do with him. He's 1 year old, and he tries to talk. Like, he knows what he's talking about. So give me some suggestions, and I'm sorry for him not having a shirt on. Oops. That's probably, like, not a good thing, but, for YouTube anyways. But, yeah. It's hot out. It's, like, 100 and... I believe 4 degrees, so that's kind of crazy. I'm not gonna force him to wear a shirt right now because he gets hot easily. But anyways, I am so happy I got this video recorded, so now I can upload it. So that's what I'm gonna do right now, and I'm going to charge my computer so that I will be able to look at this video on my computer. So, Gabriel, say bye-bye. Say bye. Say bye-bye, baby. Say, leave me suggestions on what kind of video I make. Yeah. Okay, bye-bye.